on IG. Cool. We got the people. The people are waiting in the studio. What's up, IDK? Welcome. What's up, Shay? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. All right. What's happening right now? Today? Why am I getting feedback? Let's see. Who's feeding me back? Who's feeding me back? Let's see. Is it you? Boop. Can I do that? Boom. I think that's it. I figured it out. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go ahead and get this party started. And we are
back at you. Bad girl.
Is it bad that I never made love?
Back at you.
welcome to my Airbnb crib. Come on in.
Lovely, beautiful, talented Miss Shamika Cotton.
Miss Shamika Cotton here.
I am Shamika Cotton. This is the Saturday morning tap-in experience. Let there be love. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And I'm just getting started. Be a multi-hyphenate, they said. Who said that? And we are in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. I am your host, Shamika Cotton here. Finally, time to tap in this morning. If you are new to Saturday morning tap-in, this is a place that we come every Saturday morning for some uplifting stories. We set some intentions, and then we do a little bit of journaling. So if you don't have your journal, go ahead, get your journal ready. Get your journal, get you something to write with. Hello on TikTok, hello on IG, hello on YouTube, hello on Facebook. Get your journals. And while you're getting your journal, how about also let's set our intention for today. Good morning, Rhonda. So glad to see you tapping in this morning. So today's show, it's going to be a really quick one because I have to get to the airport. And I chose a later flight today because I wanted to make sure we could have a little bit of time to tap in today. And so here we are. So those of you who are joining us right now on whatever platform you're tapping in on, I am so glad that you are here. Today's show, I really wanted to do a follow-up, a quick follow-up on last week's episode, because last week, a lot of things happened last week, and I was just blown away by everything that happened last week, right? So where are we tapping in from today? Welcome, George. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right? So last week, right? So last week's conversation, we talked a lot about what it is that you want to feel, right? Not necessarily the thing, but the feeling behind the thing, right? So that is what we are going to be talking about today. So I'm going to give you all a quick moment to get situated, to put your intentions in the chat. So go ahead. Let's take a moment to get our intentions in the chat, and let's get ready to tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, cool. Yes, welcome to Travel Day. Travel Day. I tell you, trying to do this show on a travel day is very ambitious. I'm known to be very ambitious, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. What intentions are you setting for today? When you think about your week ahead, When you think about your day ahead, when you think about the week that you had, what did you feel like you wanted to bring to that day, or what was missing? Let's set the intention today so we can have that element in today, in this weekend, in the upcoming week, right? So for me, since I am going to be flying today, right, and traveling, heading to Tennessee, heading to Nashville. If you all have some different food I should try in Nashville, please let me know. Put it in the chat. But for me, the intention that I'm setting for today is definitely ease. I want safety and ease as I travel today. And I'm gonna take a little bit of favor too. Like if they want to give me an upgrade, I'll receive it. Let me see what that feels like to know I got upgraded. I can feel it. Okay, I can feel it. Some more 2K3 says, my intention is to live in the experience of my desire. It's already done. And on that note, let's go ahead and get this party started, because some more 2K3, welcome. So glad that you are here today. And I want to share some of the things that we talked about. For those who don't know, some more 2K3, also known as Steven, he's one of my co-producers for Saturday Morning Tap In. He runs our Saturday Morning Tap In Facebook group. And we're always just in communication about all the wonderful synchronistic things that are happening in our lives. And just really loving this space in the community that we have here with Saturday Morning Tap In. And speaking of what some more 2K3 wrote about, he wants to live in the experience of his desires, right? That it's already done. And so I want to share this meme that you sent me this week. Let's see, add to stage. Boop, there it is. Your only job is to believe it before you can see it. Remember this when you sent me, Stephen? The universe loves that energy, right? Believe it, to feel it, right? Belief is also a feeling. It is to believe it and to feel it before you see it, because that is the order, right? When we talk about the order in which things are done, you believe it and feel it before you see it. Not see it to believe it, but believe it to see it. Tap on your screen. Give me some hearts if you agree. Do you agree that you are to believe it and feel it before you can see it? Welcome, Team GOAT over on TikTok. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, all right. Some more 2K3 says, yes, I went there a few years back. Oh, you went to Nashville a few years back to shoot a TV show. Oh, nice. Well, I'm looking forward to going there. I'm probably going to be in the hotel most of the time that I'm there working and whatnot. But I definitely know I'll have some time to get some food or have some food delivered. And so I'm looking forward to that. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, very good. And so so that's what we were talking about last week, about being in alignment, right? We were talking about being in alignment, right? And we asked each other last week to get clear, right? Get clear on the essence, right? We were talking about, we have certain goals that we want and certain things that we want to achieve or to experience, right? And there is a feeling or an essence behind it, right? There's a feeling or an essence behind it. And so what do I mean by that? Some people may say, oh, I want a big house, right? A dream house, right? But what is the feeling behind that? Because ultimately, the thing that you want to experience is there's a feeling behind it, right? What is the feeling that dream home gives you? And it could be, for some people, it could be security. For some people, it could be comfort. For some people, it could be freedom, right? It could be a love relationship that you want to achieve. So what does that feel? What is that give you? What feeling does that give you? And that could give some people the feeling of being loved, the feeling of being understood, the feeling of being cherished, right? So we were talking about getting to the essence of the things, right? Getting to the essence of the things that we desire, right? So, so this week, today, I want to do a quick check-in. Do you remember what your word was last week or what you were looking to experience? Right? I'm just curious. If you do remember, go ahead and put it in the chat. This week, for today's intention, right? For today's intention, we're just going to continue to practice the feelings, practicing the feelings, right? Practicing the feeling. Today's intention is I practice the feeling I choose. So, after last week's show, a few things happened. I had some moments during the week that really made me pause because I feel like the moment that I got clear on the feeling and the moment that I took some time to stay in that feeling, that things started to line up, right? The first thing that happened was, and I shared this video already. So as soon as I left recording, I had to run off to a hair appointment. And I went to meet up with Takesha Sturdivant Drew, the amazing Takesha of TSD Hair. And on the way there, I saw some of the most beautiful, beautiful cherry blossoms. I saw some of the most beautiful pear blossoms, peach blossoms, just some beautiful trees. And I should have known then that it was happening, right? The intention that I set for the day, right? Taking time to do that Saturday morning tap in, to feel the feelings, the essence of what I wanted to feel, it was already starting to happen. And so then I got to Takesha's. It was wonderful, got my hair done. And one of the things that I talked about last week in from our journaling experience, right? When we talk about the thing that we desire, right? And the essence of that thing. One of the things that I wanted to feel was consistent joy, fun, right? It's fun to go to work. I feel so blessed. There's a lot of laughter. My heart is full. I'm energized, peaceful, taken care of, supported, grounded. I feel exuberant. I feel love. Well, first of all, if that was not the experience I felt when I went in to get my hair done, I don't know what was. And not only that, as Takesha and I do sometimes, we made content. And so that was the piece that I shared before the show started today. It was that piece of content that we made. Just having, oh my gosh, not that I just mentioned Takesha and then she pops up in the chat. Steven, are you with me? Saturday Morning Tap-In community, are you with me? The things that we do here in Saturday Morning Tap-In, it is the fuel for, good morning, Takesha. It is the fuel for the days that we want to experience, right? For the things that we want to have. When we tap into our intentionality, right? And we add some feeling to that, that's when we start to make things happen, right? And so, as I was saying, getting back, just sharing the wonderful piece of content that we made last week, Takesha and I made this really fun piece. And so that was definitely in alignment with what we had just talked about hours ago in the Saturday morning tap-in last week. Was I not having fun? Was I not? I literally said, I can shoot something, right? I can shoot a piece of content and share it. And I literally did that after the tap-in, but it gets better, but it gets even better. Okay. So that was on Saturday. Saturday was amazing. All right. Amazing. And so what was happening on Friday before last Saturday, right? It's a little bit of story time. Do y'all mind if I tell y'all a little bit of story time right now? A little bit of story time before I run off of here and finish packing, getting ready to travel. So on Friday, actually Thursday before last Saturday morning tap in. Some of you may know that I have a company, and the name of my company is 1010 Talent and Creative Services. And it is a creative agency, right? So it is a creative agency that I run. I have clients that I help empower them with one story at a time. I use storytelling to help them grow their brands, whether it's graphic design, whether it's content creation, whether it is creative strategy. That is what we do here at 1010 Talent and Creative Services. So one of my clients who I am so, y'all, I am so proud of my clients. I am so excited about my clients. So on Thursday, one of my clients just published a new book. Okay. She just published a new book. And so she hired me to design the branding for her. So I designed the cover of her book. And then I also designed a really amazing 6-foot retractable banner because she's at a conference right now in Chicago where she's having her first engagement to launch the book. So she's definitely branded and showing up in a professional way. She's basically already almost like, let's see, 80% sold out of the hard copies that she took with her, right? Because it's all about branding, how you show up. You want to show up professional. You want to look like you got it together. And when she hired 1010 Talent and Creative Services, that's exactly what we gave her. And so let me just go ahead and share. This is the cover of the book. Okay. So on Thursday, we finished designing her banner. So this is the book. The name of the book is The Prayer Paradox. It's an amazing book about prayer. It's a book about journaling. It's a book about sometimes we forget the prayers we prayed for, but they're still happening. Even though you can't see it, the prayers you prayed, they're still germinating. They're still on their way to you. Right. And so up there on the top of the screen, you can go ahead and scan that QR code and you can order the book yourself. It is an amazing, amazing book. I first read the book before she hired me. I just was part of the beta readers and I really enjoyed it. And then she asked me to brand it and get her all set up. And I was like, absolutely. It's a book that I believe is going to bless a lot of people. And then here is the banner that she has right now. This is the banner. It's 6 feet high, right? And that's what she has at her table. That's what she has to represent her book. And like I said, she's already almost sold out of all of the hard copies that she took with her. But you can order the book right now. It's on Amazon. You can go ahead and get your copy of this book. But yes, I'm super proud of it. It helps you to turn journaling into a spiritual strategy. You learn how to plant prayers that grow. And then you learn how to walk into the life that you prayed for. If that is something that you're interested in, go ahead, scan the QR code at the top of the screen and get you a copy of this book that is on its way to becoming a New York Times bestseller, translated into multiple languages. And I'm just so grateful that I had a chance to be a part of helping to launch her baby. Now, mind you, spent a lot of time, during the weeks designing with her and getting her ready for her launch. And then lo and behold, Steven, I told y'all about Steven some more 2K3. He doesn't know exactly what I do here at my company. He just happens to, out of the blue, you guys, send me this cover of a book that he created using ChatGPT. Now, let me know if you are understanding why this is a wow moment. Why this is a wow moment, right? For me, this is a wow moment because what you do for others, what you put out, it comes back to you. Okay? What you put out, it comes back to you, right? Not only that, the fact is that he had no idea that I had been working on that. But something whispered in his ear, something whispered in his heart to say, hey, send this to Shamika. You don't know why I'm telling you to do this. You don't know why I put her on your mind and inspired you to create this. But I want you to do me a solid and be a part of this synchronistic moment. And he sends me this cover that he created in ChatGPT to inspire me to go ahead and publish some of the products that I'm already creating, right? Exactly. Yes. That type of synchronicity. So that was, so Thursday and Friday, we were really just working to get the book launched, ordering the hard copies. And then Stephen sends me the cover. So that was one thing. Now, on Friday, I was last Friday, actually, I was in pre-production for Saturday. Okay, all right. Okay, pre-production, what does that really mean? It means I was thinking about it. I was like, what are we going to talk about in the show tomorrow? And this was last Friday. And so here I am, just, I'm working, and then I'm taking a moment just to, on the internet, on the socials, and I'm on YouTube. And I happen to be watching some stand-up comedy right now. You all, I cannot get enough of Ali Sadiq. First of all, if you all don't know him as a comedian, go find out about him. He is absolutely brilliant. Ali Sadiq. All right. So, I'm watching comedy, and so I happened to see a video of Quinta, right? And it was some of her early stand-up that she was doing at the Comedy Cellar. And so I'm watching, just, I don't think anything else about it. And I'm just enjoying it. And so I'm still thinking, like, I don't know what the show's really going to be about on Saturday, but I'll figure it out. I know that this is God's show. God gives me the vision and the ideas of what to do. I'm trusting God that you'll just tell me what it's supposed to be when it's time to be it. So Saturday morning comes, and I'm still thinking, like, well, what is this show? What are we talking about today, God? What are we talking about? So, and so lo and behold, I go onto my Instagram and I see this. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. Let me get it queued up. I thought I already had it queued up, but that's okay. I'm going to show y'all. So, oh, no. What did I see? No, I saw the piece that I shared with you all last week, which was, let's see if I can find that file. I may have already deleted it, but it was a picture from Quinta basically saying, when people ask her, can she believe her success? And she's like, yeah, I can believe it, right? Yes, she can definitely believe it, because even though she may not have known exactly how it was going to happen, she expected success. She expected success, right? That was her expectation. And so I saw that last week, and I had been reading a book called rereading a book called The Mental Equivalent. And I said, you know what? There is something there. There is something connected between what Quinta said and then also with what I was reading. So I went on, we did an episode last week that really talked about the believing it before you see it. And here it is. Quinta Brunson comments on what her past self would think of her now. And so she says, I think the 2014 me would be like, exactly, period, because she was very determined. She knew where she was going. And she says, girl, I do not like to do that thing where people pretend like I had no idea. Same, sis. Absolutely the same. So that was what came down my timeline on Saturday morning. So I said, okay, we're going to talk about that. Now, lo and behold, on Monday, the Monday after Saturday morning tap-in, I see this post from Good Morning America. All right. And let me go ahead and get it Where is the post? Okay, hold on. Let me get to it, y'all. I know. Bear with me. Bear with me. And then lo and behold, and Stephen, you already know because we've already talked about this, but I think it bears being shared with everyone, right? So then lo and behold, I see this on Monday.
Backup dancer.
Oh my God.
Look at the move.
Oh, brother.
There's something about. And we love the dance sequences on Abbott.
Thank you.
So can we see more of those?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to come. That video is so funny because I really don't know how to even make a TikTok. And his assistant suggested we do that, and then it became very viral. So I am partly embarrassed and happy that it exists, but I'm happy to bring so many people here joy.
Do you all understand the significance of that? Do you all understand the significance of that? So for those who may not be familiar, for those who may be new to the Saturday Morning Tap-In show, the song that she's dancing to in the background is from the original song that the Saturday Morning Tap-In is based on, right? The Saturday Morning Tap-In theme song is based on the Tap-In song, which is based on the Too Short song, right? But the fact, okay, catch this, the fact that I had just did a Saturday Morning Tap-In show where we are talking about believing before you see it, and having Quinta as an example. And then lo and behold, on Monday, I see that clip. I don't know about y'all, but for me and for Stephen, that's a confirmation. That's a confirmation. That's a confirmation that somebody is in alignment. Who's somebody that's in alignment right here? This girl right here is in alignment, right? And to keep on doing what you're doing, to keep on trusting, right? To keep on doing what I'm doing and to keep on trusting. Had no idea that clip was out there. But there is a universal knowing, right? There is a universal intelligence, an infinite intelligence that connects us all, right? There is that same infinite intelligence or universal intelligence that whispered in Stephen's ear and said, hey, do me a favor, send this. I want you to just, I'm gonna inspire you. Because infinite intelligence inspires us, right? That little thought that just comes to your mind. I don't know where the thought came from. Infinite intelligence, okay? I want you to do this little thing, all right? I want you to go ahead and create this cover on ChatGPT, and I want you to say this on it, okay? Don't worry about it. You may not know why you're doing it, or maybe you feel real inspired to do it, but it's going to do something for Shamika because, see, I've been telling her something and you're about to confirm something for her. You understand what I'm saying? That universal, that infinite intelligence at work in our lives that we have access to at all times. We have access to it at all times, but we need to, take time to tap in. I got real quiet on purpose just so that y'all could let that settle, right? That connection, that infinite universal intelligence that puts you on somebody's mind and then they reach out to you. That universal infinite intelligence, that actor out there, when you walk into an audition and something about you 1 out of 500, but something about you stands out and connects with the producers and directors. And they're like, you know what? It's something about you. That's something about you that they can't really put into words. Infinite intelligence, right? Universal oneness, universal intelligence is at work. Right? We have the power to tap into that. That's what Saturday Morning Tap-In is about, right? It's about taking time to tap into that. And so Carry on. So that was on Monday, y'all. Okay. So my week ever since Saturday has been popping off. Okay. Clients also sending in checks, right? When you're in alignment, you'll notice an ease by which things just start happening. They just start, there's an ease when you get in alignment. Cut to on Tuesday. All right. On Tuesday, I am on set working with one of my colleagues who's a content creator, and we're filming a micro vertical, right? Which is basically, you know, verticals are really big. And so I'm doing a lot of work in developing verticals and in collaborating on verticals because that's what I love to do. And so I am working with a fellow collaborator, and we're making this amazing, cute little micro vertical. I got a chance to work with two amazing actors. They're really new, but I loved just sharing that space with them, their passion for the work, their passion for the art. And one thing that, and the creator is Zebek. If you guys don't know Zebek, it's ZBEK. Go find him on Instagram. All right. Look at the content that he's created. He loves his craft. And also that's a whole nother story about how we even connected, right? I just happened to be at the B&H Expo last June, right? And he sees me, but he's in the middle of getting some photography. By the time he gets done, I'm already gone. So he reaches out to me on Instagram and asks me to be his mentor. And so our relationship begins, and we collaborate and talk, and now we're working together. That's what I'm talking about. It's about being in alignment. And when you see these synchronicities showing up, it's to acknowledge them, to say, I see you. I see you. To experience it and to feel it. Okay? To experience it and to feel it. All right? And so he is also an actor, right? He's a filmmaker and an actor. And so he does background work on a particular show. I'm not going to say because I don't know if I can say. But anyway, he does background on a particular show, right? Out of the blue, they pick him to give him a line to now say on the show. Am I surprised? No. Why am I not surprised? Because he is busy operating in alignment. He's doing the work. He's creating without waiting for someone to give him permission. He's creating work and opportunities for other artists and creatives and actors. So it only makes sense that when he's on set amongst 100 other extras, that something whispers to the producers to say, you know what, him right there, we got this line. I need somebody to say it. I want it to be you, Zebek. Do you understand? It is an inside job, right? And that inside job is what we do when we tap in. I'm just here today to remind you, to inspire you, to encourage you to stay in alignment, to recognize those moments when they're happening. Because the fact that those moments get your attention, they're supposed to get your attention, right? So you can recognize, aha, I'm in alignment, keep going. Maybe in that moment, just feeling the good feeling of, wow, this really aligned. Like, this is amazing. Feeling that feeling of awe, right? Make a note of these things when they happen. When you have these synchronistic moments. How did you feel in the moment when you realized the synchronicity? Because what you do is you take that feeling back with you into your lab, right? Your lab is your sacred space. Your lab could be the Saturday morning tap in. Your lab can be the place where you sit and you meditate. And as you sit down and you get comfortable and you relax, you recall, okay, let's recall that feeling. Y'all, do y'all see what I'm saying? We are recalling that feeling because the feeling is the fuel. So when these synchronistic moments are happening and you're feeling them, you're basically getting more fuel for the fire. You understand? So don't miss it. Don't miss this moment, and don't miss that moment when the synchronicity happens. Right? Don't miss it. So what if our job is not to figure everything out, but our job is simply to stay in alignment with what feels true to us and to trust that support, whatever support we need, will meet us there. So let's be clear. This is not a do nothing and hope everything works out. Oh no, mon frere. Okay. Au contraire, mon frere. Okay. What this is really saying is that we can stop forcing what's not aligned. We lean into what is in alignment. We lean into those synchronistic moments. We don't brush them off as, oh, that was a coincidence. We lean into it. We stay open for more moments, expecting more synchronistic moments to say, yep, you're doing it. Keep going. And we stay open to move from that place. And so I posit to you that alignment creates access. Alignment creates access. Somebody put that in the chat. If you agree, put it in the chat. Alignment creates access. And we just talked about alignment. What is alignment? It's not a thing that we're touching, right? Alignment is an energetic thing. That's right. Some more 2K3. There are no coincidences. Alignment creates access. You want access to that new job? How do you get in alignment? You start creating the feelings of having that new job. You examine the feelings behind. Okay, if I have that new job, what are the feelings? If I have that new job, what would I feel? And then I go into the lab and I recreate those feelings and I sit and I stir up those feelings. Alignment creates access, right? That alignment is an energetic thing that expresses externally. Alignment is an energetic thing that expresses externally, right? When you move in alignment, you become available for things that were not available before. Ooh, these are some moments that that are just coming up right now that I didn't think of, right? Gems right now, downloads right now. Good morning. I am Eric Lockley. We're talking about alignment creates access. And alignment is an energetic thing, right? It's an inner energy that expresses externally. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this tap in so I can catch these bars that's coming out right now, right? So when we go back to our labs, when we go back to do our own tap ins, or when we're tapping in today, right? We're gonna stir up that energy on the inside. We're gonna stir up that feeling so that we can then see it expressed externally in synchronistic moments. Those synchronistic moments are to get your attention to say, yeah, that right there, keep doing it. You're going to know exactly what it's attached to. How will I know? How will I know that that synchronistic moment is attached to whatever I did? You'll know. There's a knowing. And so what you do is you lean into it. You lean into that good feeling. You stay open for more guidance. Right? Right? Murphy's Law 1990. And then you move from that place. So your job then becomes to just stay open. Keep the anxiety out. Keep the fear out. Do the work to stay open. That's why it's important to always say, how am I feeling right now? And if you're not feeling good, what triggered this not good feeling? All right. If you can't figure out what triggered it, then guess what? Find a good feeling to pour inside of it, because you get to choose how you feel. Right? I'll share this with you. So I was on set with Z-Bag when we were doing the micro vertical this week. It's called Necessary Evil. That's the name of it, Necessary Evil. And I'm there and I'm working with these newbie actors. And I said, if this is not series regular energy, series lead energy, I don't know what is. If you don't recognize it in the small seed form, how are you going to recognize it when it blossoms into the tree? How are you going to recognize it on a bigger, more amplified scale? If you want to see it express even bigger, you have to recognize the small and say, hey, I see you. Tap on the screen. Let me know if this is landing. Give me some hearts if you guys are understanding it, right? What we wrote down in last week's tap-in, the work that we did last week, I am just blown away at how it expressed itself in a mighty way just by Tuesday, right? From Saturday to Tuesday, I mean, everything, and still even more things have been happening that have been amazing. Right? I'm Shamika Chronicles on all platforms, babe. Hey, IDK. Yes, on all platforms, my love. Shamika Chronicles. I'm so glad to have you here tapping in. Yep. And so, yeah, this last week's tap-in was so powerful that I said, this is what Spirit said, this is what you're going to talk about in today's Saturday morning tap-in. I'm going to, yes, Rhonda, alignment creates access. Yes, Rhonda, also. Exactly. Notice those things. Notice them. Spirit said, this is what you're going to talk. You're going to go back and tell the people what happened. I already told Stephen, but I had to share it with everyone else so that you all can understand that it's happening here as well when you do the work. It can happen for you. I want to confirm with you those synchronistic moments that happened to you this week, IDK, those synchronistic moments that happened to you, Rhonda, those feel-good moments that happened. I am Eric Lockley, some more 2K3, right? Jamil, right? Those synchronistic moments. It's working. You're in alignment. Lean into it. Capture those feelings. When that moment happens, stop, feel it. Breathe into it. Store it up in your jar so you take it back to your lab. And then you reopen the jar in your lab and you allow those feelings to happen all over again. And you use those feelings as fuel to create your next external experience. But it has to happen on the inside. All right. Moving right along, right? So when you move in alignment, you become available for things that weren't available before. There are conversations that you're going to have. There are opportunities that are going to become available to you, right? New ideas will happen. New support will come to you in different ways, right? So I wanted to share that with you all this week. So go ahead and put in the chat if you like. We're gonna take we're just gonna take, let's see how we're gonna do. Let's do a quick breathing. We're just gonna breathe in everything we just talked about. And then we're going to do a journal prompt, right? So let's just take a moment wherever you are. Let's get situated and get grounded, because we're going to do what Saturday morning tapping is all about. We set our intentions, we also journal, and we also take a moment to breathe, to get grounded. So right where you are, we're just going to go ahead and take some collective breaths together. All right. And let me go ahead and set my timer right now. Timer. We're going to do it. We're going to do it for 1 minute and 11 seconds. All right. And you guys might be like, Shamika, why 1 minute and 11 seconds? For me, 1, 1, 1, 3 ones for me. That is what I focus on when I'm talking about things in its seed form. Okay. All right. You'll have to get the book to further understand why that corresponds to seeds, but just trust me, when we are doing seed work, if I can incorporate 1, 1, 1 in there, we're good. So let's just take a moment to center ourselves and just breathe for 1 minute and 11 seconds. We inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Let's touch our thumb to our index finger. We're going to breathe into our chest area. We inhale. Hold. And exhale. We're going to touch our middle finger to take our breath just a little bit lower down to our bottom rib cage. We inhale. Hold it. And exhale. We're going to touch our ring finger to take it down to our belly and breathe a little bit deeper now. We inhale. Hold it. And exhale. And now down to our pinky finger to breathe down to our root chakra. We inhale. Hold it. And exhale. Just a little breathing trick. If you ever have a hard time getting in touch with your breath and you feel like your breath is stuck in any one of these areas, or you feel tension in any of these 4 areas, you can use your fingers and breathing to help you reach and to breathe into those areas. All right. So let's go ahead and grab our journals. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and 10 seconds because that's what we do here. Today's show actually kicked off at 10:10. I know it was late, but guess what? Divine timing and divine order, right? 10:10. That's my company. That's my special number. But we're going to journal for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And let me go ahead and get the journal prompt up on the screen. And the journal prompt on the screen today, I just want you to write about the feeling your desired goal, life, Yeah, so write about what feelings does that stir up? What feelings? It could be your five senses. I want you to lean into it. What does it feel like? Right? You're living your dream. What does it feel like? Right? You're living your best life. What does it feel like? Okay. I'm going to put that up on the screen. And just lean into it. And don't worry about it being grammatically correct or anything like that. We're just journaling. We're giving it a chance to express itself. The timer has begun. We are journaling. We're journaling. Welcome to those who are just joining us. Allow yourself to tickle yourself. See what comes up. Don't judge it. Let it flow. Remember, the journal prompt gets you down on the page. Once you're down on the page, Peter, you can write about whatever you want to write about. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. We are journaling 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go. We are journaling. are journaling. Hmm. 4 minutes, 24 seconds to go. We are journaling. Hmm. 3 minutes, 1 second to go. We are journaling. You can write whatever you want to write. Don't forget that. Amazing. Amazing. One minute, 27 seconds to go. We are journaling. Welcome, JB Billions Bird. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. We are wrapping up our journaling session. 49 seconds to go. Seven seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. All right. And we are done journaling for today. What a tap in. I want to thank you all so much for joining me for today's Saturday morning tap in. Just for just bearing witness to what the work looks like. Bearing witness to what the work looks like, right? And so, feel free to write in the chat if you had any aha moments from today's Saturday morning tap in, or if there's something that came up for you in your journal prompt today and you want to share it, feel free to share. We welcome that here. I'm going to share mine as I do every Saturday morning, but feel free to share. If you like. IDK, oh, yay! IDK on TikTok says, I really enjoyed this. Well, I really enjoyed having you here. I'm so glad you tuned in for your first Saturday morning tap in. So yes. So I will go ahead and read what I wrote in my journal for today's journal prompt. Remember, okay, I can write about whatever I want in my journal, same as you too, right? It doesn't have to make grammatical sense, right? It doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It's just about letting it flow. And as we let it flow, we are clearing the way, right? Journaling is a wonderful way to clear your mind, right? To allow more goodness to flow in, right? To sometimes hear something that has been just circulating in our mind, but once we start to write it down, we can start to see our thoughts, right? We can start to hear, right? Or to have access to something that's been trying to get our attention, right? Journaling can do all of those things, right? So here's what I wrote. So I'll read my journal prompt, and then we'll go in and do our activation before we head off for this amazing weekend. What does your desire, goal, life, your dream, or it says, write about the feeling of your desired goal, your desired life, your desired dream, or your best life. Write about those feelings. This is what I wrote, y'all. Okay. Very simple. It feels easy. There's an ease and a deep sense of trust that everything is working out. I am in the flow. Constant moments of synchronicity, giving me guidance, showing me the way. I am energized, healthy. There is a sense of collaborative goodness being multiplied and magnified, being around fellow beings of light, being a part of special moments. And there are infinite special moments and people, and abundance. It doesn't run out. It is not rare. It is the norm. I love the fresh fragrance of flowers, the taste of exquisite fine dining food, support that feels like you're flying, being carried, laughter, smiles, and solutions. Hey, that's what came up for me, right? That's what came up for me. And I think something that stood out for me that I never thought about, that I really liked was there is a sense of collaborative goodness being multiplied and magnified. Thank you so much, IDK, for your daily heart me over on TikTok. Rhonda says, I feel great knowing I got here honestly and with integrity. Yes. Yes. Welcome, Mike Strasberg. Welcome to your first Saturday morning tap in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just writing that down. And I don't know about you, Rhonda, but as you wrote it down, didn't you feel it? Sometimes just taking a moment to journal how you feel allows you to anchor the feeling, because sometimes feelings are coming and going so fast that it could be kind of hard to really just acknowledge it or to feel it. But when you start to write it down, you can really grab a hold of it. And you can also amplify it because you're leaning into it and you're stirring it up. Yes, yes. Rhonda says, yes, she felt it. And let me tell you, when you feel it, okay, the feeling is the fuel, right? The feeling is the fuel, right? That inner feeling is the fuel for the external experience. Woo! So many gems today. So let's just take a moment and let's activate our intention. So I have ease, safety, favor, some more 2K3. I believe you gave me an intention. Let me see what your intention was. It was live in the experience of my desires. Okay. I'm going to say live in the experience of desires. All right. If anyone else, hey, Tony Cooper, if anyone else has an intention before we go ahead and get started, don't worry. You can tap into these ones as well. Right? What we're going to stir up is for everyone. All right. All right. So as we take a moment to center ourselves and we bring our awareness to this very moment, the present moment where all the power is, we just take a moment to collectively inhale and exhale, releasing anything that would get in the way of us being fully present right now, knowing that the work that we are doing right now is very sacred, but it's also very easy. Knowing that the work that we are doing right now in this Saturday morning tap-in is very sacred and intentional. And it works. So right now we set our intention on ease. We open ourselves for ease. That there's an ease about our day. We open ourselves to being in the flow. We release anything that is trying to make something happen. We release those feelings and allow ease to allow it to flow to us. We set the intention for a new experience or a deeper experience of ease. That your desires, that our desires come to us easily. That we are indeed connected to that infinite intelligence, universal oneness. And it's through our awareness of that connection that we allow good experiences to flow to us with ease. We set the intention for safety today. Safe travels. That every environment that we are in today is one that is surrounded in love, light, safety. Traveling mercies. And we set the intention for favor. that as we go forward today and this week, the people that we encounter, they recognize and they see us and say, it's something about you. I want to bless you. And even if they don't know why, we open ourselves to receive those blessings, to receive those synchronistic moments of favor. Because we open ourselves to it and we expect it. We set the intention to live in the experience and the feeling of our desires. Knowing that the work that we've done here today, stirring up those feelings, is stirring up those experiences in the external. And so as we go forward today with an excited expectancy, we take a nice deep inhale and exhale, letting go any sense of trying to make it happen, because we know it just does. Good just happens. To me, as me, through me, for me, by me. And it is so. All right, y'all. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to today's Saturday Morning Tap-In. I want you all to go out there and expect the good. Why? Because you deserve it, okay? Thank you to all those who tapped in for the first time this Saturday. I'll see you all back here next Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at Shamika Chronicles, all right? It's bye for now. I can't wait to hear what today and this week has in store for you. Feel free to write it, to hit me on social media channels, on YouTube, write in the comments, send me messages, let me know about all of the magic and synchronicity and miracles that you have already stirred up today. All right, you guys, bye for now. All right, that's bye on TikTok, and that is going to be a bye over here on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll see you all next week.